Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. It's your girl Jazz. I know it's been a minute since I've done a video. Took a little time off to kind of mentally process. In case you haven't seen, one of my beloved cats has unfortunately passed, and so I took a little bit of time off to kind of I guess regroup myself a little bit. That's kind of why I'm getting a little emotional right now. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and continue, get the road on the show, as my niece would say. So today we are going to be reviewing the InstaGlo. Now, I'm just as confused as to why it is about between $300 to $400 for a toaster. Yeah, I said that right. $300 toaster. And I say between $300 and $400 just because it depends on what source you're getting, coupons, blah, blah, blah. So I did see it for $400, I believe. Unless it was a R270. Because there's three different versions of this toaster. There's the R180, the R180B, and the R270. So we're going to look at the R180 first, and I'll tell you a couple of differences between the other two, and if you want me to review those, I will go ahead and get on that. We're going to start out with this toaster. It's a $300 electric toaster. I don't know about you, but I would rather go to Walmart or Target and spend $20, $30 and be done with it. But supposedly this toaster is supposed to have a whole lot of benefits. We're going to see what benefits there are, other than having another item to review. All right. Okay, it's about as heavy as a normal toaster so far. No, actually I think it might be a little bit lighter. So we're going to try this on, see what happens. I'm turning it to the side so that way I can see the screen, obviously. Alright guys, so I have it set up. I know that you guys cannot see the screen, but I have a side shot of it so that way you guys can see exactly what I'm doing, so that way I can see what I'm doing as well. So we've got a couple of things to try out and see how much better it is. There's different breads that you're able to pick out. We've got the regular bread, waffle, English muffin, bagels, a pastry, and that's it. And then you can have it whether it's fresh, frozen, or if you're going to reheat it, we're going to try different ways. And then of course on the bottom too, you have how toasted you want your bread. And they also have a panini mode. There is an accessory that you can get where it's pretty much a sandwich, and you're going to, well, not even a sandwich, kind of where you're holding in the toaster, where you're holding in the sandwich together, and you're going to put it on here. I think it said it has to be on the right side, which I'm not sure if there is a right versus left, but there's a size difference on right versus left. So I've got a waffle, a bagel, a couple of slices of bread, and an English muffin. I do have a frozen waffle as well. Let's see how it does regular, which is just refrigerated. So we're going to do the waffle, we're gonna do it fresh, we're gonna do middle ground of the frostedness, and we're going to start. Suppose it also cooks faster than a normal toaster, as well as it makes it, I guess, crispy and still fluffy on the inside. So I'm not exactly sure what it's referring to, but we're going to see it. And as I talk, it's cooking, so I want to make sure that it's real time. And you're like, well, how long is it going to last? So that's part of the reason why I'm just going to continue talking. Like I really need a reason to talk. Okay, so it is counting down, but it's heating. So I wonder, with most toasters, with that very first heating part of it, it seems to not toast right. So we're going to see if that makes a difference. As you see, I pulled it straight out of the box, and I'm toasting my first waffle, and we're going to see how well it turns out. In the meantime, I'm going to cut my English muffin. So I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, I know I haven't been on in a minute, and I do owe you guys a live. I need to get my life together and figure out when I'm going to be able to do that. I haven't forgotten, I promise you guys. So I will say, starting out, I do smell kind of like the heating of any type of hair product, like a straightener or a curler or something like that. Ladies, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've ever used a straightener, it kind of has like that fresh burning smell to it. I wish I was in a short so I can see on the inside. Ooh, it's starting to brown now. It's browning. So it's about a little less than 3/4 of the way done. But I like the fact that you do see the process, or not necessarily see the process, but you see the, I guess, the way the toaster is thinking, for lack of a better phrase. Oops. Why can't they just cut the bagel all the way through? Because then I always get a clump on one side versus the other. Now the other, I guess, breads that I'm going to be cooking, I'm not going to do it live, so to speak, just because it takes a while. Oh, it's crisping it now. I don't know about you guys, but I feel kind of fancy. Oh. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I have it on level 4. I do like the fact that I didn't have to preheat the toaster, but you guys look. I only had it on level 4. And that was the first slice of anything. And you guys, these are apple cinnamon waffles, which are delicious. Especially if you're an apple cinnamon fanatic like me. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try this frozen waffle. And I did lighten it up. So I went down 1 to 3. We're gonna retry that again. So one thing I do realize, you have to make sure to select which bread type you want, rather than just assuming just because it's on that picture it's selected. It's not. All right, so we're gonna try that out. So this one is frozen now. And I'm a little hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and munch a little bit while I wait for it to cook. It does kind of seem like it is a little bit softer on the inside of it. What I need to do is do a comparison between a regular toaster and a $300 toaster. So if you guys want me to do that comparison, let me know. Because $300 for a toaster. I'm still baffled the fact that I paid $300 for a toaster. If it weren't for Reviewz, I'd be like, there is no way that a toaster is worth $300. But then again, people are buying fans, like standalone fans, trash cans for insane amount of Dyson prices, you know. Why is Dyson so expensive? I don't know. I guess the technology they put in it. Yeah, I'm not liking the burnt pieces, but I do like the fact that it has that crunchy texture and then that fluffiness on the inside, even though there's not too much. The final countdown. Okay, sorry. And keep in mind, this is frozen. Ah! Hot. Okay, so no matter what, if you take something out of the toaster, it's still gonna be hot, regardless if you got a $20 toaster or a $500 toaster. You still gotta burn yourself. I wish they had it where you can lift it up even higher, so that way, because I know whenever with some toasters it kind of still like decrease, or like the food will kind of shrink a little bit, so then you need something to pull it out with. This is the frozen waffle. There's no port, well, still slightly, it's not the hottest on the inside like it, you know, as if I did it fresh. And it still kind of overcooked it a little bit. That's a little concerning. And maybe the toaster just doesn't like waffles. I don't know. We're gonna do bread. Why? Because I love bread! Sorry, I had to go into my Oprah moment. Alright, so we got a fresh piece of bread. We're gonna put it in there. And we're going down. I feel like my food is now on an elevator versus manually walking up the stairs. Is that worth $300? Yes, I'm gonna keep questioning that the entire video because that's an insane price for a toaster. And I do have it on the same setting. It was on 3, I believe. So we're gonna see if there's a difference between the waffle versus regular toaster. So I have a question for you guys. Is it still considered toast before you cook it, or is it just putting the bread in the toaster and then it becomes toast? At what point in time does it become toast? When it becomes toasted? Yeah, these are the kind of things that I think about. That's so complicated, right? I just say cold spot. But on the outside is still slightly burnt on certain spots. Is it because I just now used it? Or I'm just using it and starting to learn it? I don't know. Alright. So, it came out better on the toast. So I guess I have to put it on a lower setting for the waffle. But there are slightly cold spots when I put it on frozen. So, do I adjust it? Because if I put less toasting, it's going to toast for less time. But it's not going to get it warm. Now this is a huge dilemma here. So we got the bread. Came out pretty good. Not overly toasted. Now we're going to try a bagel. Or not a bagel, an English muffin. Alright, come on. Stop going to sleep. Alright, we've got... Nope, we've already done that. We've already tried that. We're going to try an English muffin. It's going to be a fresh one. We're setting at 3. And also make sure that your, I won't say toast, but your English muffin or bagels are facing inwards. Apparently, I guess that's why it's toasted more. Don't know. Also, you guys have another question for you. Going off of my toaster questions. Is it still considered a toaster if all you use is for English muffins or bagels? Then again, it's still toasted, so. Is it a toaster called a toaster because it toasts this thing? I know, I need life, you guys. But the inside is very soft and fluffy, but the outside is nice and crunchy and crispy. Yeah, I definitely gotta do a comparison video between a regular toaster and a $300 toaster. I've had my toaster for so long, I don't know how much it costs. But I know it wasn't no $300. Maybe 50? Not sure. I like the fact it does kind of a countdown. It may not do numerically countdown, but you kind of see the process of the toaster and what it's actually doing, because this thing is browning and crisping right now. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going up. See, I was able to put it in just fine, but now I'm about to burn myself trying to get this out. So yes, I do still wish that there was a way that I can lift it up without burning myself and having to throw my food all over the place. So again, I had it on level 3 and it's a little overcooked. So I'm gonna try the bagel now. See how well it comes, how well it starts out. I'm able to lift it up just fine. We're gonna lower the toastiness and we're going to do a bagel. There is a bagel. It's a fresh bagel. And we're gonna start heating it. In the meantime, I'm gonna put a little bit of jelly on my toast. And thank you, McDonald's, for the grape jelly today. Because I think I had it for what, 2 days ago for breakfast? It's called being resourceful. Oh, it's almost done, you guys. Going up. This toaster's gonna frustrate me. I can tell you that right now. Because this is what happened when I had it on a level 3. I have my bagel set on 2 and it's very light. And also the picture does not match because when I had it on 3 for the English muffin, it didn't look like this. It was very light actually. So now I need some cream cheese for my bagel because nothing's better than cream cheese and bagels. So I was originally thinking that maybe the crevices that are on the bagel and the waffle is what caused the extra toastiness. So I was thinking that maybe where I cut the bagel, where it was still attached, is gonna be, you know, kind of look like this a little bit. It didn't, because this is the other half with the extra toast, with the little pieces that I cut off or tore apart. and it's not that way. So Revolution, I'm going to need you to explain this to me. Why doesn't it match? In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my bagel. Overall, it's a neat concept, and I do like the fact that I can actually at least kind of see how much longer I have. I get the countdown, so to speak. I like the fact that it is digital and that it is somewhat customizable for both fresh, frozen, and reheating it, as well as for, you know, whatever bread that you want or pastry. I like the style. It is very sleek, very nice. I like the matte finish versus a glossier finish because I can easily see fingerprints all over it. Although I still see fingerprints on this one too, especially if you know, buttered fingers or whatever touching it. I can definitely see that. One other thing I wanted to show you guys, there are settings. So here's the settings. So you can have whether you showed the date and time on it, and you can set it right there. So we're gonna go back. If you have a large bagel versus a smaller bagel, the brightness of the screen as well as the volume, which I think that's pretty cool. So we're gonna see the 3 different brightnesses. You can barely see there. You got the volume. And if you're trying to be sneaky, you got it on silence. Alright, so those are a couple of the features on there. Overall, I think it's a neat concept, and I do like the fact that the inside is still, not like that. The inside is still very soft, but yet you still have that crunchiness on the outside, so it's a very good balance. But I'm still kind of concerned about that price tag. $300. So overall, like I said, I do like it. It's a neat concept, but I'm going to do a comparison video before I give my final answer. So you got to make sure that you subscribe so you can know on whether it is worth it or not. And like I said, we're gonna do a comparison before I give a final decision, because overall I do like the concept. My only issue with this product is the price. Otherwise, I love it. So that's my final thought on that. But again, is it worth it? Make sure you subscribe so that way you can see the comparison video. In the meantime, stay tuned, stay jazzy. Thanks for watching, guys.